We'll get started tonight with questions. If you can put your questions in the chat, we'll get started here momentarily. All right, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Looks like we'll get started with questions. We'll go first to Lindsey Huddleston. Lindsey?
Thank you, Ben. Aaron, congratulations on the win. Question for you is, how much did the Purdue loss help you with the Penn State win?
The hurt from that. The hurt from that still lingers in all of our heads. But it definitely, I don't want to say played a big part, but we felt some feel from that in the huddles. I made sure we understand this is winning time. This is where we have to take the next step as a team. This is where we have to grow. This is where we have to get better. This is what I've been talking about, to our team and the media. Just, another step. I feel like we still have a lot of room to grow, but I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied. We got a big game this weekend, and Penn State played hard, and we got to win. Got to win.
I got it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Our next question is from Matt Charbonneau, the Detroit News.
Aaron, you talked this week and recently about making winning plays. Offensively, there's still some issues, but defensively, you guys made a lot of stops late in that game. How important was that, and were you guys talking about that in the huddle, about making those plays to win games?
That was the emphasis in the huddle. Nobody was arguing. Nobody was going back and forth. Everybody was on the same page to win. And we messed up, I feel like, and we messed up on an assignment at the end of the game. But, the basketball guys blessed us, as people say, and we were fortunate in some of those possessions, but still have a lot of room to grow, man. We honestly do, and just glad we got to win tonight.
Our next question is from Kyle Austin with M Live.
And it seemed like more offense coming kind of around the hoop tonight in the paint, less reliance on the jump shot. Is that something you guys wanted to do? Is that kind of what they were giving you? How did that play out?
That's just what they were giving us. You know, that's the way they play. They deny a lot. You know, they turn down a lot of things, ice a lot of things, and we had to punch in the side and find a way to, you know, score points within the paint. And one of the things we need to do better is just find what they're giving us earlier. You know, see what they're doing with this and capitalize earlier and continue to do that throughout the game.
Our next question is from Chris Solar, the Detroit Free Press.
Hey, Aaron. You mentioned kind of those last couple timeouts and huddles. When they took that lead down the stretch there on the free throws, it seemed like they were getting to the line quite a bit in the second half. What changed for you guys defensively to kind of eliminate that fouling down the stretch?
Just realized we had to play smart and win in basketball. You know, I don't want to say we talked about we did discuss not fouling, but you know, we honestly just tried to play as straight up as we could and play as big and as strong as we could. And I'm proud of our guys for the way we competed for 40 minutes. It wasn't 39 minutes of competing or 39 minutes and 30 seconds. It was 40 minutes of competing. And that's what got us the win, honestly.
You feel like you guys turned up the emotion maybe in the last 3 minutes a little bit?
Absolutely, because we've been there before and we've been on that other end so many times and throughout the season. And just the growth that I've been referring to, the next step that I've been referring to was making those energy plays for 40 minutes.
Our next question is from Nick Mantis with WLNS.
Aaron, you were talking about, you know, not just playing an entire game, but, you know, also playing bigger and playing stronger. Was there a sense that you looked across the way and you saw how big those guys are, that they were going to kind of push you around? And you guys want to do a little bit of that as well, but obviously not foul, but also just play it more aggressively because they were such a bigger team? Yeah,
I mean, they were aggressive for sure. They play physical. You know, they reach and contest a lot of things, not just jump shots, but, you know, we play physical, we match intensity, and for 40 minutes, you know, I'm gonna put a big emphasis on that. We did it for the whole game, and I'm just proud of our guys for doing that.
Next question is from Jana Bardall with the State News.
Hi, Aaron. We saw Malik today in the starting lineup, just kind of wondering how you felt with him out there and maybe what you've seen from him in practice that helped him get there.
I mean, everybody was comfortable with him or Joey in that lineup. You know, those are two guys that have a lot to give, and I'm proud of Malik for the way he competed today. And you know, he took some steps tonight, man, and I'm happy for his progression.
Our next question is from Brendan Quinn with The Athletic.
Hey, Aaron. I'm curious, when in recent weeks as losses have mounted, have you found it difficult to avoid letting negativity creep in late in games where it has seemed like there's been times where, you know, whatever could go wrong has gone wrong and things like that? So what's it been like, just trying to not let, you know, your head go to bad places at those times?
Oh, I mean, that's why we have practice. I mean, we practice closing out practice on a high note. You know, we've put an emphasis on that way we can have carryover into the game. And, you know, with the losses we've had, it's been tough, but tonight we found a way to translate practice into the game for 40 minutes. And that's been a huge emphasis in just how we've been growing. And in our next steps, we have to continue to start practice on a good note and continue to be as well as we can, like throughout the whole time, not just, you know, for a part of practice where we go into a shooting drill or something like that, but from the beginning all the way to the end. And I feel like we did that tonight.
Is there kind of a difference between, you know, telling yourself, let's have fun, or acting like you're having fun, and then actually, you know, when you win, you get to have fun? So like, what?
I mean, yeah, you can put it like that. You know, basketball is a game that I get nothing but joy and fun from. But you know, when it comes down at this level to winning, it's put at a premium, and that's where the most fun is when you win.
Thanks, man.
Our last question for Aaron. We'll go to Chris Solar, the Detroit Free Press.
On the other end of that, it seemed like Marcus Bingham down the stretch was playing a lot more serious.
Yes.
He seemed like he's kind of turned a little bit of a corner maybe in the last 5-6 minutes of that game, I guess. What did you see from him tonight, particularly down the stretch?
It's my roommate. That's my dog. I'm so happy he played well. You know, everybody in the Braves has been showing him out for so long, and just to see him have some success tonight. And I threw him that late pass. He went up strong, got fouled, and hit 2 big free throws. Man, that's growth. He competed, he rebounded, he blocked shots. Man, he was everywhere. I mean, and I'm proud of him, man. He took some steps tonight for sure.
Looks like that's all the questions we have. Congratulations on the win, Aaron. And we'll
Thank
have
you.
Coach Izzo shortly. Thank you.
Getting ready to be joined by Coach Izzo. There's Coach. Coach, if you want to start us off with an opening statement.
Yeah, I really don't have as red a face. This thing just kind of gets you, man. Every time I look at myself, I almost throw up, but now it's even worse. You know what? I'm a little disappointed in we had that 10-point lead, and, I thought we made some plays that weren't very good, and they made a couple good plays. That's a very good basketball team. I mean, I know you can think what you think. They went through the COVID too, and I talking to his coach before the game, and by the way, he's got to be. I know Juwan's done an unbelievable job, but he's done a hell of a job for that team, and I'm hoping that his AD takes a look at Jim for that job, because players played hard for him. They never quit on him, and that's the mark of something special. But I thought we executed some things when we were down 4. I thought Marcus Bingham did a better job. I started Malik Hall, and the reason for that was Joey came in 2 days ago and said, Coach, I'm not playing as good. Malik's playing good. He says, I'm fouling. I'm in foul trouble every game. It's kind of like Jaren Jackson went through. He says, what do you think of bringing me off the bench? And you know what? That takes a man to do that, because that's exactly how it happened. And it really takes a man then to go up and back it up by playing your butt off. So we get 21 points off that position and 7 or 8 rebounds. And Joey hits those 2 big free throws. He hits a couple shots. Malik gets a couple big rebounds. I thought that was a big help for us. I thought, Josh Langford had some great looks again. And God, he'd been shooting so good. I thought he was kind of over the hump. And I don't think it was fatigue tonight. I don't think he was tired. Just gets his 1,000th point during the game, but he missed some great shots and a layup. And you can't miss those and win big games. And we found a way to do that. And I think that was good. But we got something out of everybody. Marble came in and got a couple of big plays, got 5 rebounds in 10 minutes, and he did better. We mixed our lineup up a little bit, and still the straw that stirred the drink was Aaron Henry. We got a lot out of Foster. I thought, one of the better games out of Rocket, made a couple big plays down the stretch as far as who he got the ball to and what we ran. So it wasn't pretty, but another great defensive performance, holding them to 34 and 21. Turnovers were a big thing I talked to you about. We had 11, and that's not bad considering we had 3 in the first minute and a half. And rebounding was pretty even. Again, if we hit 2 or 3 of those threes that Josh has that were wide open, I think we shoot 50% from the 3. So doesn't save us. We're still a work in progress, but I was proud of this team. Aaron in the huddle, we're 4 down, says it's time we win a game like this. And I thought that's exactly what they did. They executed. They won a game. They got a couple big rebounds late. Some tough calls. I thought tough calls, but worked out. Questions?
We'll start with Matt Charbonneau.
Time you mentioned it wasn't pretty, and it feels like nothing really comes easy for this team this year. But considering you got the stops late, is it almost the point where you don't really give a, you don't care about that? A win's a win right now, and you were able to find a way to make those plays late?
What I liked about it is just what you said. We gutted it out at the end. We executed a few things offensively. We kind of went to Aaron, and I even thought his pass underneath, I thought the guy got clubbed, but it's neither here nor there. I thought it was the right decision. I thought we did grit our teeth and played pretty good defense, and we won it the old-fashioned way. It was a Purdue, Michigan State, Minnesota, Clem Haskins, Michigan State game. They are very physical. They are very good. And the big kid inside, it's been fun to watch his progression here. I really enjoy when a guy is awful and then he gets to be decent and he gets to be good. And right now, he's a very good player. He can score down there. He's a great rebounder. He's a great offensive rebounder. He plays with some passion. You heard him talking. I love that kid. He did a lot of good things. And as I said, I thought Jim did some great things. There's some good players there. I'm telling you, Lundy's a very, very, very good player. Brockington, we did a hell of a job on him. I thought we did a pretty good job on Dredd in sessions, but couldn't really, Lundy, he goes 0 for 4, 0 for 2. I mean, can't ask for more of what we did. Jones hit some shots and then hit some free throws. Last year, if you remember, he killed us single-handedly, and Hara was pretty good too. But I would have taken a half-point win, to be honest with you, Matt, if there's ever such a thing. And crap or any other word you want to use is cool with me. I just want to get a win.
Next, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, congratulations on that. Obviously, going back to Joey and his decision, you complimented his maturity. But can you talk a little bit about, I guess, the culture that makes someone confident enough to even go to their coach and ask for that when they could probably have that kind of put them back, going forward by asking something like that?
I wouldn't lie to you if I said this day and age that was surprising when he came in. I think he had talked to his parents, and his parents have an athletic background too, and his dad played, and I think he's just searching. I love guys that can self-evaluate, and he knows he hasn't been playing as good. And the other night, he plays 13 minutes. He's in there 2 minutes at a time and gets a foul every time. And if you remember back when Jaren Jackson went through that, we got to the point where he fouled once, we'd take him out and we'd hardly play him in the first half, and that's not good either. But tonight, I just thought he had more confidence. He took the ball off the dribble. I think he just said, "The hell with it, I'm going to play." And that's kind of what kids got to do, But there's so much pressure on these kids right now if you really look at all of it. And this is where the COVID thing, as I've been talking about each week, I just don't think anybody will have any idea of what it's like to be, in a confined area for so long and just not have a normal life. And it affects everybody differently. But I was really proud of Joey because he did come in and, I said, "Well, you want me to talk to Malik?" "Yeah, call him tonight," And so I called Malik, make sure he had a day ahead of time and knew what was going on. And so the next day in practice, I told my team day before the game, this is what we're doing. It doesn't change any playing time. I don't know how many minutes. Let me look here. Malik played 20 and Joey played 21. So it didn't change their minutes a lot. I still think Joey Hauser is a big key for us as we move forward because of the way he can shoot the ball, and he'll get that back. It's not been an easy off season for any of these guys, especially the new guys. So I'm really proud of the kid. You're right. It does take something to come in and tell the head coach that. And he came in and sat down, and it was actually enjoyable. I really got something out of it personally. And who knows where it takes us. But Joey Hauser is still very, very, very important part of of this team. And whether I start him or don't, he'll be playing minutes.
Great. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Our next question will go to Jane at the State News.
Hi, Tom. I have a question about that starting Malik as well. Just wondering how you kind of evaluated him today, not only in his start, but also down the stretch when he kind of stayed aggressive throughout the game.
Yeah, Malik got hit in the head pretty good. I was a little worried that one time, but the only thing he struggled was the free throws. He rebounded really good, got some big time rebounds. In fact, I don't think they gave him one. He got that one on our end where he put it back up, and he has no offensive rebounds, so maybe that'll change. But 3 for 4 from the field. He played pretty good defense. Malik's a smart kid too, and it's pretty cool when two guys, they were pulling for each other hard. It's that kind of moment. Every season you need something, and let's face it, we dug a big hole, and some of it our fault, some of it not our fault. But things like that kind of tell the rest of the players how selfless somebody is. And I think that is a monumental step. So I thought Malik handled it well. I think he was probably a little more nervous than he led on to. And that's a good thing too. So maybe both guys will calm down a little bit and we can keep moving forward.
Thank you.
Next question is from Sarah at the State News.
Hi, Tom. I was just wondering if you had any words about Josh making his 1,000 career point mark today.
Yeah, the players celebrated about it in the locker room. I'm hoping that a couple of things. Sometime we'll have a celebration on the court. I'm hoping it's when his parents are here. I'm hoping it's when there's a few fans here. These are the things, the memory-making moments that this COVID has really taken away from us. So I didn't want to do anything on the court right then because he deserves more. But in the locker room, guys were pretty fired up for him. Josh was Josh. And he's probably mad that he missed some of those shots. But still, to go through what he went through, to play as little as he sort of played, and to be a 1,000-point scorer and be in that illustrious list is pretty impressive. And I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. It'll give him just one more thing to feel good about in what has been a tough career with all the injuries.
Next question is from Rico Cooney.
Hey, Tom, just to go back to Joey a little bit. I don't know how much you as coaches look at these kind of things, but looking at his body language coming off the bench as opposed to starting and playing the way he did the past few games, it was just kind of night and day. The kid just looked relaxed. He didn't look, he was all tight and balled up.
Yeah. And you never know why, but Rico, I agree with you 100%. And that's kind of what he told me, and he told me that after the game, he said he felt good and it felt good for Malik. As I said, there aren't many people that are that, sometimes I think he's unconfident in himself because I think he should shoot it more. But sometimes maybe he's comfortable in his own skin because he had enough gumption to come in and do it. And with, 90% of the players wouldn't do that. And I looked at it as a complete positive. And God, when I saw the same thing, I saw his body language when he first got the ball and drove it. And I said, here we go, and I'm not saying it's all solved. It's going to be a day-by-day thing, but we're going to make some progress here. And, the one thing we got in this crazy league of ours is as hard as it is, you got your opportunities. We got Iowa coming in here now, and we're going to focus on Iowa like nobody's tomorrow and see if you can win one of those games. Now, all of a sudden, you start getting back into the human race a little bit. And so that'll be the goal, But, boy, when you look at it and you think of who's still coming up, it's a who's who of college basketball's top 20 teams right now. And but I said early, I thought we should have beat Purdue. I thought we could have beat Wisconsin. I thought we did a hell of a job at Iowa. I thought we've overcome a lot of stuff. I think I did a poor job in some things early. I think our players didn't always play well, but we've been through hell. And talking to Jim before the game, You know, they had it all right after Christmas. And talking to Fred the other night, you know, the three of us that have been through the most with this, boy, I don't ever want to give the kids credit or, you know, give them an excuse, but they've been through a lot and they're hanging. And I would agree with you. I thought Joey looked the same way. And if he could grow a beard like you, maybe we'll even get him a little better.
Next question comes from Chris Solari.
Hey, Tom, you kind of lead into a little bit of this. You guys have had those struggles and you hadn't had things go your way in a lot of different areas. You get a lane violation to help you. You get a tip in from Rocket, a long rebound. I mean, do you feel like that some of those things were a result of the guys kind of buying in and making a little bit more effort to make those plays happen for you guys?
Well, you're right. Rocket's tip in was big. You know, we did have a lane violation on them, but we also had a lane violation on us that took a point away. And, you know, I still thought in that one stretch, and we were 10 up, I thought we were playing really smooth and good. And then we just let down. There was two missed assignments, to be very honest with you. We gave up 2 threes. And I think the beauty of it, and this is what I did enjoy about Rocket tonight. You know, he came up to me after, he said, Coach, that was my fault on that. I said, you can self-evaluate that? He said, yeah. And I said, then you just made big progress, my man. And I really think, you know, maybe he'll have more confidence. I had him in there at the end, and yet I was very pleased with Foster too. But you know, Rock capable of doing some things defensively that helped us at the end. So I don't know, you know, I know this, we've had enough things go against us that we deserved a few things. And even in this game, I just think there's some plays that was a critical play when Aaron threw that ball inside. I thought, you know, and so I'll just take the win and be happy with it.
And that brings me to the second part of this is Marcus. I mean, that Marcus was aggressive around the basket and attacking on the boards. I mean, do you win this game without the way he played down the stretch?
Well, he went up and got a couple big rebounds, as you said, in tips. I mean, I don't know how many rebounds did Markey end up with, 9, but 4 for 5 from the line too. And, you know, was one of his, I don't know if he did miss one or if that was the one we had a lane violation. I'm not sure, but all in all, I thought, you know, Marcus played better. He played within himself. He didn't take any shots that were out of his, you know, that he can make but hasn't made yet. So why take them now? We don't until we get that down in practice. But I thought he was a difference in this game. His size and his shot blocking a couple times. I think he had 1 or 2 blocks. Yeah, I was pleased by Marcus. He played 18, 20 minutes and didn't look dead tired. And that guy's a load that he played against. He was up on ball screens. He did a lot of good things. Just a step, guys. It's a step, but it's a big step.
We have 2 final questions for Coach. We'll start with Brendan Quinn.
Tom, those last 2 defensive possessions, I guess when you had huddles before each, I believe. How much of it is coaching up what you're doing defensively? How much of it is telling them that to think that maybe something won't go wrong this time?
You know, I hate to give you credit, but that does happen in a huddle, especially the way the years went, you know, and that's where I gave Aaron some credit. Rocket too. Rocket kept saying, hey, we got to win this game, you know, and I think that was some of it. I mean, we still made some mistakes even at the end, but you know what? We played as hard as I've seen us play. And as I said, you know, that second team we held under 50, that's, you know, that's one thing, but the field goal percentage is going down, you know, a lot. And that needs to go down because it was high for us. You know, it needs to get down in those 30s. And we're doing a little better job of that. And I thought my staff did a good job in scouting. But yeah, in that huddle, I think you're 100% right that we had to keep saying, you know what? And they said it more than I did. It's time we win these games. We got to start proving we can win these games. And I don't want to make it out like we beat the Celtics, but I'm telling you, that is a good basketball team. I'll guarantee you they're going to win more than a few games coming up. They're very good, and he's done a hell of a job with them. Those kids played hard, but they could have quit on them when they were 8 or 10 down, and they didn't. And I give him a lot of credit for that, and hopefully it turns into a job someday.
Thanks.
And our final question for Coach comes from Nick Mantis at WLNS.
Coach, when you think about the aggressive play of your team for the entire game and the way in which they were going up against guys who maybe were a little bit bigger than them, bigger bodies, but they were able to just go at them nonstop the entire game, does that kind of give you a little bit of confidence as this team now has to prepare for a team like Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, the kid at Iowa is as big, maybe a little bigger. Not as quick as this kid, but probably a better offensive player. But I mean, we did have to bang. We gave up some rebounds, but I think that'll give Marcus a lot of confidence. I think Julius came in and did a few things. I think, that was encouraging. Marty, we just got to get him some minutes. The poor kid, he was starting to play 8-10 minutes, and I really feel we need him. And Kithier coming back and playing 6-8 minutes was good too. So hopefully those things were all positives. Now I'm looking forward to one thing. I just working tonight, tomorrow night, the next night, and getting a chance to play Iowa, which would be a big game for us, and they're all big at this time of year, but you win 2 in a row, you finally get a home game, you play 2 home games in the last 30 some days. It's been different, but I'm proud of them, and I'm pleased, and I'm excited to go to work tonight, right now. Let's go. Let's play. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.
Thank you, Coach. And to the media, we'll be joined here in a second by Marcus Bingham and Rocket Watts. All right. At this point, we're joined by Rocket Watts. Threw a curveball to Graham there. So
Man, I said Bingham, but I'll talk to Rocket too.
okay, we'll start with a question from Kyle Austin.
Hey, Rocket, just wondering what those last kind of huddles were like down the stretch. You guys have had a lot of games like this. You haven't really been able to pull them out. What were the kind of the conversations like to kind of end this game?
Can you repeat that?
I said, just wondering what those huddles were like in the last 4 minutes when you guys came back and won. You have been in that situation a lot. You haven't always won. How did you guys kind of find it tonight?
Only thing I remember was Coach saying we gotta switch all the ball screens and stuff like that. So yeah, Coach just said we just gotta play good defense, communicate well, and switch the ball screens and don't foul.
Our next question will go to Chris Solari.
Hey, Rocket, I guess, when Foster injured his shoulder and down the stretch, you took the point guard spot in those final minutes. I guess, could you feel a little bit more of knowing what to do in that spot, in that moment? Or were there lessons that you took from previous games into that stretch run?
Oh, yeah, just try to lead my team and do, basically anything I can do to win and help my teammates. So, just listening to Foster, when he got injured, he was talking to me, telling me to be patient and, talk to the guys and, huddle everybody up at the end of a play. So, I was just trying to be patient and, just keep everything cool and, call the play and make sure the guys hear me. and just, you know, tell them we need to win and a big stop on defense. And, you know, we came out with the win.
And with that, the defense down maybe in the last 4 or 5 minutes, you guys locked them up. What changed maybe from when they were hitting a couple of those threes there in that stretch where they got the lead?
We was just switching everything. You know, they got some great shooters on their team, and I actually messed up a coverage. I stayed with Jones, and Malik told me to switch, so I actually stayed with Jones. You know, I messed up on that, but you know, Jared missed a shot, and yeah, Josh got a big rebound, and you know, we came out with the win. But yeah, coach just said switch every ball screens, and you know, just get a hand up on the shot.
Next question, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Rock, congratulations on the win. Of course, the season has been tough, but you've had some ups and downs with the play, position change, and things like that. What did tonight's win mean, especially with the role you played, tip in, and you know, being vocal? What did it really mean for you personally?
You know, I just love winning, and you know, just winning with my guys, and you know, just coming next day, practicing hard, trying to get better each and every day. You know, because I've been struggling, and you know, I just want to say I appreciate all my teammates for you know being there with me and you know just trying to get me through this little slump I've been in. So, you know, I just want to you know have a big shout out to them and my coaches, coaching staff for you know believing in me, Coach Izzo, Coach Fife, Coach DJ, you know, the whole coaching staff. So, yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Next, we'll go to Brendan Quinn.
So, Rock, you just mentioned the struggles. Like, can you kind of expand on what's been going on and you just trying to find your offense, maybe just a level of comfort out there? What have you been going through?
You know, just trying to find my shot. I feel like I've been rushing things a little bit. You know, rushing my shot. I just gotta, you know, let the game come to me more and just try to get my teammates involved first. You know, that's the first thing I'm trying to do. So, you know, I just keep coming to the gym, working on my game, practicing hard, and you know, just bonding with my teammates. And you know, they just been with me. And you know, I just got to get better each and every day.
Thank you.
No problem.
Anything else for Rocket? All right, I don't see anything else. Rocket, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
All right, appreciate y'all.
And we'll be right back with Marcus here in a second. All right, we'll be joined by Marcus here in a second. Go to the ones who had mentioned earlier, but we'll get to everybody. We'll start with Kyle Austin.
Yeah, Marcus, just wondering about kind of how things played out there in the last couple of minutes. I mean, you guys have been in a lot of close games. You haven't kind of pulled it out. How are you able to kind of find the plays to win tonight?
Really just locking in and just moving on from the next play to the next play, just because it was so close of a game. And Joey hit 2 big free throws. I stepped up to the line. I hit 2 big free throws, and from that point on, it was just not trying to let them score and grabbing every rebound that we can as a team. And that was just our mindset going into the last 2 minutes.
Next, we'll go to Graham Couch.
Marcus, you seem to play with a little bit of an edge today, and I know the last game didn't end the way you wanted it, and you had the 3-point shot you got pulled after. In this game, early on, you got the ball outside the 3-point line, and you were open, and then took 2 dribbles in and dished it. What was going through your mind at that moment?
Just trying to take my time and make the right play, and you know, just being patient with everything and trying to just let everything come to me and not try to force anything.
Did you feel like today? Did you feel like? I mean, there are certain games where you look like you're playing with an edge and others not. Did it feel like you had you played with a little aggressive attitude today?
Yeah. Just because started the second half, I think I got my second foul, and as soon as I got out, the big dude on that team scored, and my mindset was just trying to attack him at in any way I can, as far as rebounding and being on the glass. And I told my coaches that I got him, and I feel like I did a good job on it.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Chris Solari.
And Marcus, you mentioned about kind of letting the game come to you. Can you kind of walk us through that play where you tipped it out and Aaron got it back to you and you got fouled? And how much more emphasis have you been putting in your game to try and maximize your size to get to the line and use the stroke there?
Just because free throws, I was always taught free throws get you in rhythm. And at any point, I mean, stepping to the line, that's just basically taking your time, and that's when you're gonna find your shot. And just because it's close and it's not outside the arc, but like I said, I had a lot of good opportunities as far as being on the offensive glass and the defensive glass, and I was just trying to attack at every angle I could. And you feel me? Like we was down. When we got down, I was just on the bench, encouraging my team and trying to keep my head myself and just trying to stay engaged in everything, even if I'm not in the game.
And there's been all this talk for the last couple of years about trying to improve your strength. How much of going strong to the basket is that, and how much of it is just a mindset to be aggressive and absorb the contact?
A lot, just because on the film, and then just the past couple games, the shots, like me catching it on a roll or something and going up and not finishing. Just watching that and telling myself that it's either gonna be a foul or a bucket or a dunk. Just going up with that mindset every time, and I feel like today I got a good chances at the line. Wish I could have made all of them, but one of them rattled in and out. So I mean, I feel like we got the dub, and we just gotta get Iowa back now. That's my main focus.
Next question comes from Matt Charbonneau.
Marcus, Tom said it was a step for you tonight and a big step. What is the key, or how do you get this to happen on a more consistent basis? What do you have to do to make sure what we saw tonight is happening a little more regularly for you?
Just starting with my body language and being more engaged. As a junior, I can't let myself get down and let anything anybody says to me get in my head and take me on my game. And I feel like it's been a couple games this season where I let that happen, and just me growing up. You feel me? I just gotta keep stay in the game, and just listen to anything anybody's telling me, because everything can't be wrong. So just listening, really.
Our next question is from Brendan Quinn.
Hey, Marcus, just to kind of build on that, it seems like right now you might be as close as you've been in your time here to really locking down that 5 spot for maybe even the rest of the season. I wonder what you think beyond your body language and mindset and things like that, what you need to be doing on the court to cement yourself in that role, not only for this year, but obviously for next maybe.
Really just building every day, whether it's practice, film, or a game. Just trying to keep building on everything that I'm doing, and just keeping my head, being patient on everything, and letting everything come to me. Like some games, it's probably gonna be games where I don't get a shot, but trying to get on the offensive rebound on the glass, and then just having that presence down there, it's gonna get our team going, and anything can happen. I can get a foul, or somebody on their team can get a foul, and that's gonna lead them into foul trouble, and our bench is gonna get to going crazy just because they see somebody in there trying to be aggressive, and it's gonna get other guys going. Like Aaron, he's going to try to go in, or Malik or Joy or those guys. So, I'm just trying to keep building on everything I do from here on out. And that's just been my mindset from ever since I got the job, the starting job again.
What's it been like trying to learn patience, both in the game and both in your process, just to kind of mature into what you want to be?
Really just growing up, really. That's really what I can say. That's the answer for that. But just because, these guys have been in the game for a long time. It's over 100 plus years of experience in this program and in this facility. So really just listening to everybody and being the leader that I need to be, and really just taking the next step, really.
Thanks, man.
All right, and our final question for Marcus comes from Jana Bartle.
Hi, Marcus. Coach shared with us the change between Malik and Joey in the starting lineup and how Joey kind of approached him to make that change. I'm just wondering, did that surprise you at all, or maybe how did that resonate with the team?
Yeah, it was kind of surprising, but at the same time, if he sees that as a player, then he's helping us just because he's trying to work his way through his little kinks. And today I feel like he came out really aggressive and it really helped us. And yeah, I feel like Joey's gonna be good no matter what the situation is, just because his work ethic is really hard, and I feel like it's gonna pay off. So he shouldn't have nothing to worry about.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right, Marcus, that's all the questions we had for you tonight. Appreciate your time. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right, and that's going to wrap us up for interviews this evening. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.